What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is another Wing Productions video, and I'm your host, Luthien. So, today we're having a look at the final Crysis 2 multiplayer. Let me just say before we go on, it is freaking amazing looking. This is the best fucking game I've ever seen. It's so... oh my god. Look at the graphics, and this is the lowest graphics. And they haven't even implemented the DirectX 11 graphics, and this is the DirectX 9. And this is the lowest graphics on DirectX 9. I've played it on very high on single player, and I might show you that later, but the problem is that I don't think I have a powerful computer enough to handle fraps and this game's high settings at the same time. But let me just tell you, that is insane looking. So anyway, this is the Sanctuary map, I think it's called, and the game mode is Crysis. The game is about that you have to, these alien pods crash down, and you have to run and hold them like a King of the Hill kind of style thing. And you have to gather points, and you have to reach up to, I think it is about 150 points, and then you win. So as you might have seen already, I'm quite of a noob at multiplayer. I have never in my life played Call of Duty. And this is like Call of Duty on acid. It's incredible. I love it. So usually I'm actually quite good at Crysis, but I was fixing with some fraps and stuff like that, and getting used to a new weapon. It's the first time I used this weapon. But it's actually, I think it's the most fun game mode, because I think team instant action quickly gets boring. You have to you have to sometimes search for enemies, but in this you have the alien pod drop down and everybody just swarm in and tries to get there. So it's actually quite awesome. Yeah, it's freaking amazing, this game. I've played it for the entire weekend, and I can't stop playing it. It is really, really good. I was a bit disappointed by the demo, I guess, but I'm not disappointed anymore, because I don't know, I got bored of that map quickly because it was so small. But I think they got a lot of maps now. I don't know exactly how many, but it's a lot of maps. Yeah. So here I should have had a sniper weapon, because it's a really good sniper position right here. So I just try to keep sight on the enemies and cover my guys to try to run in and take the pod. Maximum armor. Awesomeness. So you're gonna see me dying in a lot of hilarious ways through this session, because as I said, I'm not really good. Okay, so I'm not really good, and I think it's extremely funny. Imagine if you were good at this, how funny it would be. Yeah. But this is only the multiplayer, and I'm gonna show you the single player a bit later on. But one thing that's great about the single player is not this corridor shooter. It's an open sandbox environment, and you get, they say, like, right, here's the situation. Tackle it however you want to. So there's not like, oh, you have to do this to win. There's a variety of different ways, and it's not just 3 ways you can do it. It's a lot of ways you can do it. 3 ways. So yeah. Friendly is down. But you know, that's just half of, not even half of why the game is so good. And it's it's really good looking. As you've seen from my Torchlight videos, I don't like to judge a game due to its graphics, because I think there's so much more to a game than graphics. Of course, how it's a part of if the game is good or not, but I think the gameplay is what you should be focusing on. But this is so good looking, it's insane. What you can, I mean, it's good looking, and the gameplay is amazing on both multiplayer and single player. So it's a win-win, and it's like it's amazing. I think it's like 40 euros, at least in Sweden the price is 40 euros, I think. And that's a good price for this game, because you get like a 12-hour amazing single player, and then you get the multiplayer, which is also amazing. So it's really worth the money, as far as I'm concerned. So you see there, we got lined up, and we have the cloak and everything on. We were sure, okay, nobody's taking this pod, and then they threw a bomb in. We were smoked.
Multiple contacts sighted at the north
They
graveyard.
got the kill cams working. Not every game gets that right. Actually, I find that this map is not the most good look. It's good looking, but it's not the most fun map. I think it's quite. I think it's a bit too open sometimes. This is one of the single player arenas too, and I think it's a bit too open to be a multiplayer because you have to run such a great distance. But of course, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people think, but I do. Because you see, when I'm sprinting, my energy drains, and then when I get to the battle, I don't have enough energy for cloak or armor. But I guess they call it sort of. I think that's intentional by the developers because you're not supposed to be invincible, but the nanosuit gives you an edge that you couldn't get otherwise, and makes you super soldier. And that's what it's not. That what makes it Call of Duty on acid, because you have this nanosuit. And it's such a high tempo all the time, and the sound design is freaking amazing. I love the fucking sound design. Hats off to the sound design. It's amazing, the sound. But yeah, the nanosuit gives you that edge. But you're not invincible, because the energy sort of balances, and your energy drains very rapidly, actually. So yeah. Another thing that is noticeable in the single player is the loss of ammo. You got like 160 bullets that you got, and then they have supply crates that you can take ammo from during the levels. But you really feel like you have to like be careful about how much ammo you use, because you might run out. So sometimes I have to like go through like 10 minutes of gameplay just meleeing down the aliens, and have to really use my energy to sneak around them and use my armor to survive when I go in and melee them. So yeah, and another thing is that you don't, in Call of Duty, I have heard that you can, I've not played it, but I have heard that you can just one-shot somebody by knifing them. And I think that's, so you can't one-shot someone with shooting bullets at their chest, but you can one-shot someone by hitting them in the head with a gun. Defeat. No, anyway, but that's just not the way I roll. That just sucks. And that is an here you have to really like bash them down. And that's really good. Oh, come on. God, that's a bad place. Oh well, never mind. We'll go again. Right, so I'm recruit 2. Okay, back on. Right, so we're gonna be doing Wall Street, and we're gonna do team instant action. So I'll see you then.